What's good, guys? It's your favorite reviewer, Mr. Cheap Sense here. Just getting off from work. Got my, if I can reach it, I got my Seasons of Japan chicken bowl, the large chicken bowl. Haven't even dug into it yet. My friend bought for me. Um, but I had a fairly productive day today. I really didn't feel like doing too much of jack shit, so um, I did a little bit of scrubbing and buffing in the ER. I put up some paper goods, and that was pretty much it for me for the day. I sat around the rest of the day and didn't do nothing. Uh, Compliments with the fragrance I wore today, and as you saw from my intro, or my header, I should say, this is Creed Aventus, and this is supposedly from the legendary batch, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean, because I know absolutely nothing about these different batches except the fact that you had a smoky batch and a fruity batch, and supposedly the original batches were the best. But as my man Coop has it written down here, in his list of fragrances that he sent me, all the way down here to number 9. It says Creed Aventus, 16 ml legendary batch. It says it is woody, citrusy, and a little smoky. And I'm gonna be all honest with you guys, like I always am. This is my first time smelling Aventus, other than the time I smelled it in Atlanta, and I actually only just sniffed it through the bottle. So let's just say, and I'm going to use this bottle because it is actually the best clone that I know of personally. I don't know what other people think, because they could say that Al Haramain is a close clone, um, Insurrection Pure 2, or some of this other stuff that's out. But to me, this is the closest, even though this is lemony and this is pineapple. On the dry down, they both smell the same. But the only way the guy in Atlanta let me smell it is he just took the top off and I sniffed it through the top, which is not always a good way to sniff it, because most of the time you're not going to be able to smell anything if it don't, if it's not a performer. So I did sniff it through that, and I did smell it. And like I said before, to me, Club de Nuit Intense Man and Aventus, to my nose, smells almost identical. Like I said, the opening in Club de Nuit Intense Man is harsh because of the lemon. Some people don't like the opening, but the dry down is beautiful to me. Aventus is more smooth all the way through, but that's just my opinion also. Honestly, I've gotten more compliments with Club de Nuit Intense Man than I did wearing this Creed today. I got one compliment, and I'll accept it, because the young lady, I've known her for years. She is fine as hell. That ass is stupid fat. And obviously I'm not the type of guy that she is interested in, because my younger brother was a dope boy back in the day, and her brother was a dope boy, and so that's what she's into. Dope boys, guys with money and stuff like that, and I'm far from it. I'm just the average Joe. She speaks to me because we cool, but that's about it. So anyway, she was behind me when I was walking through the hallway, and she said, "Is that you? Got the hallway all smelling all good?" And I said, "Yeah, it's probably me." And that was it. So only one compliment from this one today. But when I wore this, just like for Casino Royal Nights, I got compliments all day. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm not gonna do a full note breakdown on this Creed Aventus because honestly, like I've said many a times before, I am absolutely sick of hearing about Aventus and it's the king this and the king that. Okay, I get it. It's the king. It's the greatest fragrance ever invented. Whoopity doo. But anyway, I appreciate you anyway, Coop, for sending it to me and let me get my nose on it. But what I really want to do is talk about this. I got a package today. And I actually thought that it was going to be here between Tuesday and Thursday, and it actually came today. And this is from the house of Zara. And just in case you guys were wondering, I do have a winner. Someone picked or told me what exactly I ordered. And yes, I am going to honor it. So just as soon as me and this guy talk and figure out what we want to do, email each other addresses or whatever. If I don't already have it, then I'll let him pick out a fragrance of his choosing from my collection to sample, and I will get that to him. So I just want to crack this open so you know what I got here. I got my handy dandy, and we're gonna crack this open and we're gonna give our first impression here. So let's get to it. I really was not expecting this fragrance to be here today in all actuality, guys. I actually was expecting between Tuesday and Thursday, like it said. I even looked it up early, and when I walked into the office and seen the box sitting on the counter, I was like, that's gotta be what I ordered. So first off, pretty shitty wrapping. No bubble wrap. It's just inside. It's just inside this box. And why in the fuck would they send this big, super ass, humongous box for two little fragrances like this? Is beyond me. But no bubble wrap inside. No, like they just wrapped it in fucking paper and put this little cheap ass sticker on here to hold it. And which you see how it looks. I didn't unwrap this. This is how it came. So Zara has to do a little better than this. And it's also wrapped another time here with tape and a sticker. This one was a little better. It was wrapped good. I just did this, but it was wrapped better. But, you know, I would have felt more comfortable if they would have had bubble wrap. But the good thing is they didn't send me them fucking packing peanuts because I hate them damn things. So, ever since the height of Zara fragrances, the only two that I've really been interested in are the two I ordered. And one is Zara 9.0, and this is from the tobacco collection. This is supposed to be rich, warm, and addictive or something like that, but I don't see where it says that on the box. So hopefully these some bitches sent me the right fragrance. But let's go ahead and crack it open and see what we got. I'm about to find out. You guys said that, and I also found out, I think, why my damn comment section was fucking up. It was probably because I had the battery saver mode on. But since I've been turning it off, I'm able to get you guys comments. So, Zara 9.0 is the best one ever smelled. Like I said, we're about to find out. I've never smelled any fragrance from Zara, so this is my first time. And this is how it opens. It just flaps here. and you just flip it up, and the fragrance sits inside. And there's information inside that I cannot read because it is in like an Arabic type language. I think there is some English in here somewhere, but whatever. And this one the same. And I hope they sent me the right fragrance, because this says nothing about rich, warm, and addictive. This is just the tobacco collection, intense, dark, exclusive. So hopefully this is the right thing, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna check this one out first. Tissue. Okay. So I am a little stoked. I may not seem like I am, but I really am. This fucking tissue. Alright. So let's give this a sample. So third spray, I got juice. That's a damn good atomizer. Woo. Now, this smells amazing. This tobacco collection, intense, dark, exclusive, whatever this is supposed to be. Supposed to be rich, warm, and addictive. It doesn't say that, but they usually repackage their bottles. I should say not the bottles. They repackage their fragrances and put them in different bottles with different names. But it's pretty much the same as the original. So hopefully this is what I ordered. But regardless, it smells good. Now, it does smell like something I've smelled in my collection before, but I have to do a little digging just to see. But it does smell like something I already have. And if I don't have it, then it smells like something I've smelled before. Has a little bit of an alcohol blast up top, but it's not overpowering because I can sit here and sniff it. But it smells pretty good. I like it. It's cool. You know, at least to have something different in the collection from another house. So that's what's up. It doesn't really smell as dark as it says it does. It says intense, dark, exclusive, 100 ml bottle. It's a little denser than you know, some other fragrances, but it's nice. I like it. So 2 thumbs up for this right now. Projection and longevity is what I'm concerned about. So I want to see what kind of projection and longevity I'll get out of this fragrance soon enough. I'm trying to clean this mess up as I go, because I don't want to. As soon as I get done with you guys, I'm jumping straight into this chicken bowl and straight into the bed so I can get me a nap in before I go to work. But this actually smells damn good, guys. So now Zara 9.0, which is supposed to be it's supposed to smell like Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense, I think, and something else they said it's supposed to smell like. But I don't have experience with either one of those fragrances, so I'm just gonna take it for what it is. It does supposed to have that iris note, which makes it either sweet or lipsticky, and That's what Dior is known for. So let's find out. So that's 2. So 4 sprays, I got juice. Okay, listen. If I had to pick between these 2, it's going to be hard to pick between the 2 for me, because although Zara 9.0 smells amazing, the sweetness in this other one is shining through right now. And I like sweet fragrances. I may have to go with 9.0 on this one. And this is not because you guys say that this is the best one ever, but smell alone, it seems like this one is going to be the one I'm going to get compliments off of the most. Okay, well, I'm pleased with my purchases. I don't know if I'm going to be purchasing anything else from them, because nothing else really, nobody really talks about any other fragrances besides Rich, Warm, and Addictive and Zara 9.0. So I may just stick with these 2 unless somebody says otherwise, that something else from the house of Zara is good. My next purchase is probably going to be from the house of Dua, which is that Casino Royal Nights. And actually, the young lady I talked about the other day, that when I wore that fragrance to work, and everybody was going crazy over it, I ran it in today, and she thanked me several times. She said her husband eyes got big as hell because he was amazed by it. Her kids, her 2 sons, was surprised by it, and he said they wanted to get a bottle. And so I gave her Dua's website, and I showed her the fragrance, what the bottle looks like. She saw the price, $65. He said, for, you know, what we're getting, a fragrance that I'm not going to be offended by as far as like my nose, because she has allergies and stuff. She said we have to have it. So thank you guys, especially Coop, for sending me that fragrance. If it wasn't for you, I would have never known anything about it. And this new subscriber that we could possibly have, she said she started watching the video and she got distracted, but she's gonna watch it. But thank you again for sending me the fragrance. I would have never known anything about it, and she would have never known anything about it. And we could, I should say, have a potentially new subscriber. So kudos to you guys, and kudos to me for wearing it and introducing it to a new person. So, and I swear, man, that this intense dark exclusive, whatever you want to call it, it smells exactly like something I already have. I just can't place it. And it's something I bought not too far recent ago. If that made any sense. Is that even a phrase? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, it smells good. I like it. Let me tell you what 9.0 kind of gives me the vibe of. It kind of smells like, let me pull the bottle out. Okay, so it smells like, and I haven't smelled the original, but I do have the intense version. And let me tell you exactly what this 9.0 smells like, which kind of has me disappointed right now because I don't want two of the same type fragrance. But Zara 9.0 reminds me of Valentino Uomo. Not this version, not the intense version, but it reminds me of the original Valentino Uomo, not the intense. It still has that, it's like a, it has the same scent, it's just a light version of it. So if you can just picture the original Valentino Uomo with a little bit more toned down powder, uh, that's pretty much what you get. And a reviewer said that also, that it reminds them, who was it? Simply Put Sense. Him and Tiff Benson with her fine ass, did a review on Zara fragrances versus regular designer fragrances, and it actually smells like Valentino Uomo. Let's see. John Bedwell. What was the other one? It's supposed to be rich, warm, and addictive, but the bottle says from the tobacco collection, it says hashtag tobacco collection intense dark exclusive. But Zara has been known to switch bottles when their fragrance sits too long or something like that, and they change the bottle and the name to get people to buy it because they think that they're buying something different, but it's the same fragrance. But I've never smelled rich, warm, and addictive, so I don't know if I got duped or whether they sent me the wrong thing or not, but I am going to recheck it. But this smells pretty good. I'm not mad about it. It smells good. I like it. But Simply Put Sense did that video with Tiff Benson, and actually 9.0 was the one that made it all the way to the end, and it went up against Dior Sauvage, and of course you know Sauvage won because that's a crowd popular fragrance. Nothing against Sauvage, but you know, it is what it is. I'm actually sick of that, and I'm sick of hearing about Bleu de Chanel also. But this is pretty good. This has bergamot, juniper, coriander, pepper, cardamom, orris vetiver, amber, and cedarwood, and it's a eau de toilette. And I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to have in it because it doesn't say, but this one does. But to me, it just smells like Valentino Uomo or Valentino Uomo Intense, either one. It just smells like it to me. So in a way, I'm kind of disappointed that I have basically two of the same fragrances. They did say that it smelled similar to Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense, but I get more Valentino Uomo than anything. So if I had to choose, depending on projection and longevity between Valentino Uomo and Zara 9.0, I probably would go with Zara 9.0 just for price point, because this one was 20 bucks versus this one for about 40. So duh. At least I did one fragrance that smelled different, but like I said, with this one, it kind of smells like I've smelled it before, and I just can't put my finger on it. It's something that I've bought recently, like in the past month or so, and I can't picture it. Yes, if you're talking about Tiffany, she is sexy as fuck. And it's a shame that people go on and say stuff about her like she has to wear, she has to do videos with her chest out and all this kind of stuff, wear little tank tops and all that. She can wear what she want to wear. It's her channel. She can go on that motherfucker butt ass naked. I'll tune in, goddammit. You ain't got to tune in. I'll watch it for you. She fine as hell. LOL, Versace Dylan Blue is better than Dior and Chanel to me, and I have them all. Yeah, Dylan Blue is a damn good fragrance. I've smelled it, and it kind of gives off the vibe kind of Blue de Chanel. If I can ever get my hands on a full bottle of it, I'm gonna get it. That and Versace, what is it? Versace. I want to say Loam, Versace, the one in the clear bottle. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Versace Pour On. That's what it is. I'm sorry. Both of those are damn good fragrances. I like both of those. So if I can run into them again, even if it's just a 30 ml or 40 or 50 ml bottle, I'm gonna pick them up. But yes, I do have a winner for the little contest. You were not right the first time. You had one of them right, and the one you got right was the Zara 9.0. The other one was off, and actually it's rich, warm, and addictive. But this one says Tobacco Collection, Intense, Dark, and Exclusive, which is the same as Rich, Warm, and Addictive, I'm assuming. So, just as soon as he hits me up and lets me know what he wants to sample, and if I have to do another video to show my collection so he can look and see what he wants, then I'll do that. He just has to let me know, either in here or through email, either one, and we'll get this thing popping. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'm about to get into this bowl so I can lay down. Fragrance.net. You can get Versace Pour On 3.4 for $45. That's what's up. I'm gonna have to look into that because I have to have that and the Dylan Blue. I got to have it. I have to. But I'm out of here, guys. Any questions, comments? You guys know what to do. Oh, before I go, also, welcome to all of our new subscribers. So anyone who watches this video who doesn't come on live, anytime I go live and you get notified for it, please feel free to jump in. We have great conversations at times. My videos are always live. I'm not one of those guys who hides behind the camera and just puts out videos. Everything is on the fly. So if I fuck up, if a fly flies and lands on my forehead, it's live. You know, it is what it is with me, guys, and I'm very accessible to get to. If anyone wants to talk to me, you can always comment. You can hit me on Facebook Messenger. I ask some of our other subscribers. Every time they hit me, I respond. If you call me, always live and direct. Yes, sir. If you call me on Messenger or video chat me, I always pick up unless I'm in a predicament where I'm either at the hospital because they don't really allow it in the hallways. I have to be, off to the side somewhere. My second job, it don't matter. I'm always probably by myself anyway, and I will pick up. So if you guys are in a store and you want to video chat me and show me what you're looking at, we can do that also. Um, I'm always accessible, like I said, guys. So feel free to jump in. New subscribers, hi. Um, Welcome to our channel, which is you included, which is us. No pun intended with the movie. Um, and you can ask me any question you want to. The Michael Jordan fragrance that I returned was just Michael Jordan by Michael Jordan. It was the one that had the little basketball on the front of the bottle, and it's not an outward ball. It was inward. And when I sprayed the fragrance, I barely could smell it. And a few minutes later, I could start picking up little nuances of something sweet in it, but it wasn't strong enough. It's not loud enough for me. So I took it back. It wasn't but like $10 or $11. So yeah, I've heard Michael Jordan Legend is a pretty good one, and I think that one or another one is supposed to be somewhat of a clone of another fragrance. So that's what's up. But it's kind of hard for me to find here. We have a lot of Michael Jordan fragrances in Ross, but most of the time it's either the one I had or something else. But I haven't seen anything good from Michael Jordan. So, but welcome all the new subscribers once again to our channel. On Cyber Monday. Okay. With free shipping. That's what's up. I'm gonna have to check that out and see. So Michael Jordan Legend. What does it smell like? I've heard other people say, other reviewers say that it smells like something or it's supposed to be a clone of something. But if it's any good, then it's worth a try, especially for $10. Coffee and aromatic. So it's pretty much like a gourmand almost, even though coffee isn't sweet unless you put sugar in it. One of the most loved cheapies. Okay. I think one of my subscribers also, because I was in microphone in liquor stores. One of my subscribers saved me from buying that cologne called Red, the one that's in the red box. I think it was Liz Claiborne or Elizabeth Taylor, one of the two. Somebody makes that shit. I almost thought about buying it, and I didn't buy it, but one of my subscribers said, please don't do it. It's a horrible scent. So that's what we're here for, to help each other make better decisions. I swear, man, both of these are nice. But now that I let this dry down, and being that I already had Valentino Uomo Intense, now that I'm smelling them again, if I had to pick, I think I would pick this one over this one, just because I already have Valentino Uomo Intense. The reason why was because the pack that I saw, it didn't have the Rich, Warm, and Addictive and the 9.0 together. On the page I was on, it had this with 8.0. And then I tried to order this separate, and I ordered the Rich, Warm, and Addictive, but this don't say Rich, Warm, and Addictive. It says something else. So I'm hoping I didn't make a mistake, but either way it goes, I still got a damn good fragrance. It smells good to me. Oh, because I didn't know nothing about that other fragrance. I just wanted Rich, Warm, and Addictive and 9.0. That's what I wanted. But I didn't know that 9.0 was going to smell like damn something I already had. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a jackass and I didn't understand, but you know, it is what it is. I'll go back and look again and make sure I didn't order the wrong shit. But it's not that hard to click on something and, you know, order it. So yeah, I know about Fragrantica. I use Fragrantica from time to time. Sometimes I just use Fragrance X because they also tell you what it smells like too. They give a full note breakdown and they do a video telling you about the fragrance. Would I buy another Valentino Uomo fragrance? No. I mean, I already have the intense version, and since 9.0 smells like the regular Uomo or intense, I don't need another one. So, I mean, if it's another flanker and it smells different than these two, I probably would. But if it's gonna smell anything like the two I have right here, no, I wouldn't. Excuse me. Zara 8.0 is very good. I actually knew nothing about it. They gave a note breakdown, but the only reason why I bought these two that I have is because I've seen reviewers talk about these two more than they talk about anything else. And if you type in on YouTube 8.0 or any other fragrance, you don't see any of the top named fragrance reviewers talk about anything except these two. So if it's not rich, warm, and addictive, it's 9.0, and everything else is talked about by, you know, little guys like me who don't really, you know much about fragrances or, you know. But that's the only reason why I ordered these two, is because they're talked about by the people I watch. Plus, Tiffany Benson said that they smell good, and I value her opinion with her fine ass. Yeah, I know. Fragrantica.com. I know what you mean. Now, who just sent the crying emoji? What you crying for? Yeah, I can believe that. A lot of YouTube reviewers really just go by what they smell. Just because they have been in the game for a while, they, tend to pick up notes better. But sometimes they're not always right. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Aventus is not worth buying. If you can afford to pay the price tag for Aventus, then do it. But make sure you're getting a good batch, like my man just said. Make sure you find the right batch code. Make sure you find the right batch codes. Um, Make sure the codes match the fragrance. Um, and decide whether you want a smoky batch or a fruity batch, in which I don't know if there's any way you can control which batch you get, but um, I think it's worth it. For me, it's not because of the price point. Um, Aventus is pretty pricey, and I have seen it go for as much as about $1,000 to $1,500, and that's probably the vintage batch. Uh, Most of the ones I've seen have been between two something to $400 or $500. Um, yeah, exactly. Anyone who spends money on Aventus must have money to burn. And some people can afford it, and some people like me can't afford it. So for me, this is just good, just as good. Insurrection Pure 2 is a good one. I don't know the projection and the longevity on it. Um, there are a few other. Al Haramain has one. That's a Aventus clone. There are like hundreds of damn clones of Aventus, and I guess for the price point, any of them will be good depending on what the prices are. But for me, $35 for Club De Nuit Intense Man is just good enough for me. I don't give a fuck about all that high price ass shit. I'm good. I have a few friends who are physicians who would never spend that kind of dough. Some people won't. Some people are um, conscious when it comes to their money. They're not wasteful. And the only way I would buy a fragrance like that is if I sold off some of my stuff and got the money to buy it. I would do it. But if I gotta come out my pocket, like out of my check, nah. Tax time, maybe, yeah. If I had taxes coming, but I don't. If I won the lottery for a few $100 and I just wanted to blow some money, yeah. But other than that, nah. I'm good on Aventus, homeboy. I'll just buy Green Irish Tweed and Silver Mountain Water first. They're high too. Don't get it twisted. Creed fragrances are high, and especially at a high demand. Green Irish Tweed and Silver Mountain Water are also two high-priced fragrances and highly sought after. You're going to pay a pretty penny for them also, unless you've already found them for the low. A great alternative to Green Irish Tweed if you want Green Irish Tweed and you don't want to spend a coin for it, check out Tres Nuit by Armoff. And it is, to me, one of the best clones of Green Irish Tweed. It's a little more sweet, but it's a damn good fragrance. I got a lot of compliments when I wore this. It smells amazing. And for about $25 to $35 you can get this. Because Green Irish Tweed by Creed is going to cost your ass. If you want another cheapie, my nose is not as good as Tres Nuit, but just as good. You can get Aspen. The opening is not as smooth or sweet as Tres Nuit, But the dry down smells identical to Tres Nuit, except for the sweetness is more amped up in this one than it is in this. You get more vanilla in this one. If you're looking for alternative and Green Irish Tweed is a little bit too high for you, check these two out, bro. Trust me. This one will probably get you more compliments than this one. This is more of an old school scent, a classic. So I check this one out first. And Silver Mountain Water, I can't even get with you on that one because I've never smelled it and I don't know what the hell it smells like. Let's see, Zara Vibrant Leather. Yeah, I've heard that. That Vibrant Leather is an Aventus clone. So you might want to check that out. Yeah, check out Club de Nuit Intense Man. Now, the opening on this is different. In Aventus, you get pineapple. In this one, you get lemon. But once you get past the opening of this and it dries down, they smell damn near identical to me. And I got so many compliments. Zara's good too. I don't get taxes, child support. I'm on child support too. And I get taxes. That's only because I'm not behind in child support. But I haven't been getting taxes lately is because my dependents, I filled out the paperwork wrong, and they're not taking out enough taxes on me. So every year I owe taxes. So they take from me instead of giving me my check. That's what that is. I'm not behind on child support or nothing like what you talking about. So, but I'm sorry to hear that, bro, because, you know, child support is a motherfucker. But I always look at it like this. The money that you giving for child support is the same money that you would have been given if y'all would have stayed together and them kids were in your life. So don't look at it like it's a bad thing or a curse, bro. Always look at the positive. That's how I looked at it from day one. I already knew that my ex-wife was bitter because I wanted out. And that's the first thing that most women do. They get angry, they get bitter, they want to take it out on you, make you suffer. And that's the first place they run is to them white folks and say, hey, I want his ass on child support. No offense to you guys for saying white folks, but that's, you know, the slang that we use. But it is what it is, man. My budget is $150 once a month. Well, if it's $150 and you can afford to buy those fragrances, you might be able to find one for about that price, but good luck. This channel here is all about the cheapies, though. So that's mostly what we talk about. And the only reason why I'm talking about Aventus is because somebody sent me a sample of it. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even talk about that shit. John Bedwell, I'm not a fan of Green Irish Tweed or Tres Nuit. Why not, John? I mean, to me, they smell pretty good. If you like sweet fragrances, this is right up my alley. I love it. And this one is, I don't like the opening in this one because it's very piney, and but the dry down is pretty nice. If you think Creed costs bucks, take a look at Clive Christian. Yeah, I've heard about Clive Christian fragrances, and I've looked up a few of them, and I stay far away from that website as possible. I don't want nothing to do with none of that shit. Do you have Sauvage? I'm sorry I'm behind. I'm trying to answer y'all questions, and I tend to talk a lot. Do you have Sauvage? That's usually compliment. No. I think I have a sample of Sauvage that my guy sent me, but I don't own a full bottle of it. But I'm going to show you what I do have. I have, and don't be mad at me for showing you this, guys, because like I said, This channel is about cheapies, and I'll be trying to find the cheap fragrances for you guys. Primitive Man from Walmart for $8. Smells like Sauvage. Smells like a generic version of Sauvage, but it does smell like Sauvage. And believe it or not, I got a lot of compliments when I wore this. I also bought one called Tradition. I guess Tradition 1 this is supposed to be. The guy wrote on here. This is actually a decant bottle I got from the flea market, and as you can see, I've only worn it once. It actually smells like Sauvage. And the one I like the most, because this one doesn't have that kind of stringent, sharp pepper note or whatever is in it. This is Ventana from Armov. About 20, 25 bucks. And it smells like Sauvage. And I got loads of compliments when I wore this one also. So you got options, homie. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are more clones out there. But if you want Sauvage, you can spend $80, $90, $100 and something for it. That's up to you. But I give options. Be careful where you buy. Club Dating We Intense, man. Many sellers have tainted bottles that have been used and partially refilled with water. Thanks for the advice. Always note whether you have to pump the atomizer once or twice before getting a great spray, a perfect spray. First time means you were sent a used bottle. Yeah, you're right about that. If you like sweet fragrances, Ferragamo Uomo and Armanico Profumo. Yep. Ferragamo Uomo and Armanico Profumo. And I talked about this the other day. I showed you guys the one I bought from City Trend that is actually inspired by this fragrance for about $5, $6. You can get it. Smells identical to this. So you do have options. Even F Black. I can't stand. I don't know, man. I like F Black. And when I first bought F Black, it eluded me for a long time, which is why I was so thrilled. It was like the thrill of the hunt when I finally found it. This is one of them fragrances that was hyped up when I first got into fragrances, collecting. And now everybody who I used to watch that used to say this smells amazing or it was in their top 5 or 10, now they look at it like it's generic, it's synthetic. It smells like fabric softener and this and that and the other. I'm like, well, damn, just yesterday you were saying that it was one of the greatest fragrances you ever smelled. And now all of a sudden you don't like it. So I kind of hate when reviewers do stuff like that. Don't swear, live and die by a fragrance and then turn on it the next day. Or when something new comes out, you forget all about the ones you were hyping up. That pisses me off. But I get it though. You know what I'm saying? I understand some people like fragrances, some people don't. But that it makes no sense to me to hype something up and then turn around and say you don't like it anymore. Is, you know, stupid to me. Yeah, Chrome Legend is another favorite. See, you guys go to talking about fragrances, and then I start pulling out shit. So you talk about Chrome Legend. I have the small bottle of it, but when I first smelled this, especially after smelling the original Chrome, which is a great classic also, when I smelled this one, it's sweeter to me and more refined. I like it a lot. I just don't wear it as much as I used to. And another one I found quite good was Chrome United. I like that one also. And believe it or not, when I wore this to work, which is a Zaro Pour On, I got a lot of compliments, especially for older women, my age and up. I'm 41. Not so much from the younger generation, but this is a barbershoppy type scent, and older people can relate more to it. You know, having taken their sons and grandsons to barbershops back in the day. But I did get a lot of compliments off of this. And also this one. This is another great scent from Azzaro that I like also. And it smells amazing. Do you get good performance from Chrome Legend? I have a 2017 batch of Chrome, and its performance is weak. I've only worn this probably once, and I got decent projection, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Longevity probably about 4 or 5 hours. That's if I go heavy sprays. This is more of a summer and springtime type fragrance. It's a little lighter than the original. The original for me is nice, but it's sharp compared to this one. So on me, I get okay performance out of it. Lamal and Cuba Gold had to really grow on me first. I hated them. Cuba Gold and Lamal, I like them both when I first smelled them, but I'm a big fan of sweet fragrances, so I understand what you're saying, John. You know, to each his own. Yeah, I have smelled Artisan Pure at Ulta, and I like it. It's pretty good. I don't have it though. What's the batch code on the bottom of your Chrome bottle? The original Chrome, or are you talking about the Chrome Legend? And I don't even see it on here. I think the sticker is missing off of this because it's not on here. So if you're talking about the Chrome here, the sticker is missing off the bottom. What's the batch code on the bottom of your Azzaro Pour On? You mean this one or this one? Because there is no batch code on this one either, and I think the sticker is missing off of this one. This is silver black, but the Pour On, I don't see the batch code. Yeah, the sticker's missing. Because I can see where the numbers used to be. And they're either worn down or the sticker is missing. Target, Amazon, Cubicle for $4 a few years ago. Yeah, man, you can find them Cuba fragrances at TJ Maxx all day for cheap. I was just in there, I think, yesterday, and they got the big fat bottles of them in there for like $4 and $5. So if you hit up your local city trend, find Cuba fragrances all day. They got the Cuba 4-pack of Cuba Latino. They got the 4-pack of the regular one that you find the red, the orange, and the other two fragrances in. They got the big fat cigar looking ones in there, the singles. Like they had a bunch of different ones in our city trend. First thing you should do is check the batch code on the box. Check batch codes immediately after purchase. Sometimes the batch code is etched into the side of the bottle or the top of the bottle. Check batch code these. Yeah, I mean, I don't really too much be concerned about the batch codes when it comes to these little cheap ones and a lot of this stuff. Now, when it comes to stuff like the newer model, the newer age stuff, yeah, I check batch codes and all that on these. But all this older stuff, like this Ferragamo and all this Pour Homme and all this, I don't really care. Because I don't use it that much anyway. I just have most of this stuff on my shelves just for show. Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes discounters sell 4-year-old bottles that are stale. Yeah, you're going to get that from time to time. I sprayed something the other day just to smell it, just to see what it smelled like again. Something I haven't worn in a long time, and it smelled like it was out of date. But, you know, I ain't really care. Most of my new stuff is checked out. But all this older stuff, like I said, I don't really care. It is what it is. A lot of this is just bottles or just for show on the shelf. And I probably won't even never wear a lot of this shit. Am I going to make a top 10 best cheapy video? Yes, I am. I was trying to pick up some more fragrances just to give myself more options. Because I have done a top 10 video a time or two before, and it's been a while, so it is about time to do another one. So thanks for reminding me. I gotta get on that. But anyway, do I have thallium? You're asking me, give me some hard questions, bruh. Do I have thallium? Do I have thallium? Come on, bruh. Thallium is a classic. This is some good shit, man. And a lot of people, it's sad that people don't talk about this like they used to either. Thallium, man, the atomizer is dog shit, but the juice is great. And I actually smelled this and chrome on a co-worker when I used to work at King and Prince Seafood, which is a seafood processing plant here. And that's how, I've told this story twice already. That's how I lost the top of my finger. I was a line operator, lead machine operator, and I stuck my hand in the machine trying to fix it while it was running, and I chopped the top of my finger off. So that's where I actually got the scent of both of these before. And I always wanted them, and then I finally got them. Sorry to hear about your finger. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That was back in, what, 2008? No, It was 2013 or 14 when that happened. That was a pretty bad time in my life. I was going through the beginning stages of um, a divorce. I had met somebody else in the process. I was dating them, and I had a lot of shit going on. Them two beefing with each other, and then the beef turned from them two to me, and I was going through a lot of shit at the time. I've told the story, so if you want to know about it, you have to go back and watch some of my videos. But um, that was a rough time in my life. I got a promotion and a raise, and lost it all the same week. I lost it all and my job. I became homeless. Um, no money. My 401k money came and my tax money came. All of that was going through because of bills, and I needed my medicines and pain pills because I was in pain about my finger. I was back and forth to Atlanta and trying to please this chick, and like it was a bunch of shit going on in my life at the time, man. But luckily, like I said, by the grace of God, I'm out of all that now. I'm not where I want to be, but um, my true subscribers from day one know my story, and they know what I've been through. They know where I live, and I'm just living life right now, bro. Let's see. The photo of Lagerfield. Yeah, um, Lagerfield is one I watched a review on the other day, and it was that tall bottle with the round thing on the top, and it was like some golden light juice that looked kind of like this inside of it. I heard that shit was horrible. Now I'm not remembering if it's the same bottle, but the one I seen was the tall bottle. It had the orange or bronze looking juice inside, and the top it was like this round thing that you can stick your finger through. I did a review and somebody smelled that. He said somebody referred that to them, and they said it was the worst smell ever. It smelled like a 60, 70-year-old man should be wearing. Everything smelled dated, all the notes, but I'm not remembering which one exactly you were talking about. Oh, black men love thallium. I'm of the Caucasian persuasion, and I love thallium. Thallium is the shit, man. It don't matter what race or creed you are. A fragrance is a good fragrance regardless. That's a universal language, dog. And thallium is great. I just don't wear it as much because I got all this new shit that I've been testing out. Yeah, I had my Lagerfield back in '94. God damn. Hell, I graduated in '96. So that was a long time ago. Yeah, hey, look at the bright side. You made it through. Yes, I did. Let's see. Have you considered taking a civil service test here in NYC? The benefits are tremendous for people in transit, the court system, etc. No, I haven't. I'm not knowledgeable on a lot of stuff like that. That's Lagerfield class talking about. Yeah, I almost bought that shit the other day too. I almost ordered it until I watched the review, and then Lagerfield Classic. I almost bought it, and I'm glad I watched the review on it first. That's funny. Talk about keep them for 30 years in the closet, and then they'll be perfect for you. No, thank you. Two of them. The one I'm talking about is the photo version. I have to go back and look because I really don't remember. I have a bad memory when it comes to certain shit. Luckily, I keep everything, mostly everything that people send me. So And I do my homework sometimes. I do go back and I look up fragrances online and see if I like them or not. I may not tell you guys all the time, but I do homework. When you guys refer things to me, I do jump out there and try to look them up. What is your most regrettable purchase? Uh, huh. My most regrettable purchase. Give me a second. How much time you got? My most regrettable purchases, and all right. So I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way, cause all right. So I was just asked, what's my most regrettable purchase? And if I must say so myself, this one by far is probably the worst. And this is Brooks Brothers, New York. It was a cheapie. I didn't spend much for it, but it smells horrible. It's not the worst smell I've ever smelled, but I don't want it on my skin. And I really don't even want to spray this right now and get that shit on my finger. But and that's what she said. It just smells dated to me, like old and decrepit. It's not a great scent whatsoever. Uh, this one, and I know you probably only was looking for one, but I have several. This one I didn't pay much for, which is Boucheron Pour Homme, and this is Eau de Parfum. And Joy Amin was the one who pumped this one up, along with I think it's one called Japor or Japor, which is in the same kind of bottle, except the top is skinnier than this. But that one is supposed to be better than this one, as far as I know. But I have never smelled it. But this one smells like lemon scented pledge or some kind of household cleaner. And I don't like this one either. It smells dated. I have worn it to work before. No compliments. Another one I didn't like, although I like the bottle, is Oscar de la Renta Gentleman. I love this bottle. It's different as fuck. But the juice sucks. It has a champagne note in it and some other shit. And believe it or not, I got a few compliments when I wore this to work. And it was mostly from older women. But I did get compliments. So, you know, it can't be too bad. But I don't like it. Paris Hilton for Men is one that I didn't like. And I sprayed this when I first got it. And to me, it smelled like straight cardboard. It took a few times to spray this, to keep testing it, and finally I started smelling sweetness in it. But at first, this was like one of my most disappointing purchases. It was cheap also, but I hate the fact that, you know, I didn't like it when I bought it. It sucked. I don't wear it, but, you know. And then I think one of the most disappointing, period, would have to be Adam Levine. And the reviewers said that this did not smell good. It had a pungent, sour type note to it, like a fruit is gone bad or something. It has guava and I think papaya or something in it. Those are the two notes that made me buy this, because I like sweet fragrances, and I thought when they said papaya and, you know, whatever else is in this, that it was going to be one of them fruity type scents. No. It has a little sweetness to it, but it turns sour, like pungent, like something is wrong, like an overripe fruit that's going bad. But I got compliments when I wore this too. I don't understand it. I get compliments from the bullshit, but when I wear some good stuff, nobody says anything. Which, you know, this is a disappointing buy also. But being that I got compliments from it, you know, your guess is good as mine. A recent buy that I hate, that I shouldn't have never spent money on, is Ice Blue by Original Penguin. It sucks to the highest of suckstivity. I'm not even gonna waste my time even talking about this shit. Yo, cheap ass. Yeah, I'm cheaper than a motherfucker. But I told you, this channel is about cheapies, man. And if I can get you guys some good fragrances, and, you know, along the way, I am gonna purchase some fucked up shit that, you know, that y'all gonna laugh at me about, then it is what it is. John Varvatos, the original, is another disappointing fragrance to me. It smells okay. It's not the worst scent I've smelled, but, you know, it's okay. It just doesn't last long, and most John Varvatos fragrances don't last long. That's the disappointing part about them. Then I bought Kenneth Cole's Signature, which was another cheapie. It was marked down for about a few dollars. And I actually thought this one was going to be pretty good. And it's not. and I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't even want to smell this shit anymore. And another cheapie that I bought was, I got on this hype train when it comes to Perry Ellis. I have like 6 or 7 Perry Ellis fragrances that are very good. I have Perry Ellis M, red, white. I have Reserve, Noir. I got like 1 or 2 other ones. And when I seen this one, it was a gift set. Comes with a deodorant stick. And I like the bottle presentation on this. But the fragrance does not last long. And I usually just use this like when I get out the shower. It's Perry Ellis Aqua. In which I have a boatload of about 4 or 5 aquatic scents over there. Better, like Nautica Voyage. I have Bulgaria Aquamarine, and I have a few other ones. But this one is not bad. It just doesn't last long at all. And I just use it, like I said, when I get out the shower, or I'm about to run out and do something real quick. But that's about it. Armoff Club De Nuit Intense for Women was hyped up last year. Yeah, I've heard that about Tom Ford's Noir De Noir. They say it's pretty good, but I'm not big on wearing women's fragrances, so Dark Rebel fades out fast. Yeah, I have Dark Rebel Rider, and I actually have not done my full review on it yet. First impression, I didn't like the opening, but when I got back home that night, the dry down was nice because it turned sweet. So I'll have to do an update video on that. So I may have changed my mind on it. 360 Red is cool. Yeah, I like 360 Red. Supposedly it's a great alternative to Aqua di Gio. As you know, that's Aqua di Gio is the highest selling fragrance of all time, period. And it's still highly sought after today. I've smelled it, but I don't own it. And the price is high as fuck on that shit still. But I'd much rather wear 360 Red. It's like a spicier version of it. Yeah, everything back in the day was a powerhouse. It was the beginning of the fragrance boom, really. The times were changing. People were starting to indulge in, doing new things, innovative things with fragrances. Fragrances back in the day were very much powerhouses, and people were overspraying the fuck out of a lot of that shit, like Cool Water and all that. Aspen back in the day, they used to wear fucking. I used to hate the smell of damn. What is it? Old Spice and Stetson, and what's the other one in the green bottle? Something Brit. I can't remember the name of that shit, but stuff like that, and then other fragrances that were out there people were wearing heavily back in the day. Brute, yeah, that's what I meant. Brute and Stetson, yeah. Paco Rabanne pour on over the table. You ever wear wings? Man, what the hell did I just tell you, man? Give me the ones, bruh. I got that shit. I found it at Bell's, and it actually was like, I don't know, about $10 maybe, something like that. And I was skeptical because they didn't have anything at the time that I was interested in. And I watched a review on it, and it wasn't by a reviewer that I watched. It was by somebody else. And I actually said, fuck it, I'm gonna just get it. And I was gonna order it online, but then since it was right here in the store, I just bought it. And I like it. It's decent. It has a nice sweetness to it. I didn't get any compliments. I don't remember when I wore it, but it's still a damn good fragrance. So yeah, I've seen that fragrance over there at TJ Maxx, that Giorgio for men, and I don't want it. Laughing my ass off. Damn it, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, I told you, man. I'm a frag head when it comes to fragrances, man. I really am. I may not have a lot of this new age shit that's out now because the prices are incredibly stupid. But a lot of this cheap stuff, and like I said, my channel started out as being all about cheap scents. And yes, here and there I throw in, a Valentino Uomo or Club de Nuit or Lacoste or, some other kind of higher priced fragrance. But most of the stuff I find is in the $20 range and up or down, depending. Um, if I can find some decent cheap ass fragrances, I always pick them up, man. Um, but I do my homework first. Sometimes it pans out, sometimes it don't. That is one you will not see in my collection. I do not want Aramis, or however the fuck you say it. Um, somebody told me, I don't know if it was you, but somebody said they saw it in CVS or something, and they smelled it, and they said it was horrible, and they could not wash that shit off their fucking hands. Joy, I mean, hypes up Aramis or whatever you want to call it. He hypes it up. He almost convinced me to buy that shit because I've seen it in TJ Maxx several times, and I keep passing it by because I couldn't never smell it. They keep it locked up. But I'm glad I didn't. That's one of them old school powerhouses. The Creed Aventus Legendary. It was okay. It didn't get me the compliments that I got from Casino Royal Nights, which was probably if not the number one, the number 2 or 3 greatest compliment getting fragrance I have today. I got one compliment from one chick with a fat ass, but she said I smelled good, but nobody else said anything else about it. So one compliment off of the Creed. And like I told everybody else earlier, that, for the price point, I'll just stick with Club de Nuit Intense, man, because on the dry down, they both the same to me. And the opening is different. The opening on this one is harsher because it's lemon in this and not pineapple. But give it time to dry down, and it smells just like Aventus to me. Um, would I recommend somebody buying it? Yeah, if you can afford the price. But if you're looking for something to get the same compliments, just as good, $35 versus $250 or whatever it costs for Creed, I'll take this any day. So the choice is yours. Paul Jones, what's happening, man? What's going on? English leather is one I never wore either. I seen that the other day too. I will not buy that shit either. Aramis Havana, Aramis Tuscany, and the new Aramis Tobacco Reserve are very good. I'm scared of that shit, period, man. I mean, I know you you talking about it right now, but that original one got me scared as hell, and I don't want to spend the money to buy Aramis any flanker right now. I mean, you more than welcome to, if you have them, to send me some samples of it, and I can test it out and give y'all my opinion, because you know how I do. Creed is my mortgage payment for the month. Yeah, yours and mine too. That shit is expensive. Back in the day, girls went crazy over Aramis. I don't know, man. Swim Master Mike. Aventus is a boxer dropper. It could be. I didn't get the compliments off of it like I did with Club De Nuit Intense. Man, I wore this shit, man, and I got compliments all day long. Aventus, I got one compliment today. Even the young lady that I gave the rest of Casino Royal Nights to was in the cafeteria and standing right next to me, and she didn't smell it. Or she didn't say anything. All she talked about was the Casino Royal Nights. So, I mean, it could just be off of my skin. It's not performing like it's supposed to. And it also could be that this, small sample doesn't equal to, to a full spray of a big bottle. To my nose, when I sprayed this on at first, I smelled it. It was projecting at first, and then like a little while later, I couldn't smell it, which probably meant that I got nosmic or anosmic to it, whichever one you call it, and I couldn't smell it. But the young lady with the fat ass, who I said gave me a compliment, she could still smell it. So it is what it is. Maybe I just wasn't around enough people to let them smell it, but you know. You just gonna keep trying me, huh? Okay, so I have Escape, beautiful smelling fragrance. I like it. I don't have the original Eternity, but I have Eternity Intense. I have had the original Eternity before, and I wasn't a fan. I got this one because I thought it would be more potent, but it's actually more powdery than anything. And I have had a long time ago, and the only bottles I've seen so far in TJ Maxx or Ross are them little bitty small ones that you have to take the top off and pour, and I don't like those. So if I'm gonna buy Obsession again, it has to be either a 50 mil or 100 mil. So I should have that one soon. But you got me on the Obsession. Halston Catalyst. I haven't seen that one. I've seen Halston Z, what is it, Z14 and Halston 1 something. I smelled one of those before in TJ Maxx, and I'm not a fan of it. The one I want is Halston Amber Man. I watched the video, and they said that although it was hyped up, I think it was Cuba Nose said although it was hyped up, he didn't find it as a ball sprayer. But I still want it because I like the gold bottle and how it looks, and I think the smell is kind of sweet, but I like it. I want to get it just to try it out. Problem is, it's always sold out. And every website I go to, they're always out. So I have my email in on each one of those websites to notify me when it's in. And it was in the other day. I got paid. I was going to order it. Went back on the website and it sold out again. So as soon as I can get my hands on it, I'll do a review on it. Doesn't holster have a gold or amber or something? Yeah. Drakkar. I am just now getting into Drakkar. I've heard a lot of the reviewers I follow talk about this one, and I think the guy from Red Adolescence talked about it, and he said either him or Ash from Gent Sense said that it doesn't really smell that dated, but he says a lot of people wore this back in the day, and anyone who knows the scent will probably clown you to death if you wore that today. I haven't worn it yet. I don't even think I've done a review on it yet, but I'll get around to it. I've been kind of nervous about wearing it, so I keep overlooking it. Sean John Unforgivable. You mean this guy? I love this juice. And they also said that this is a clone, or could be a clone of something. I can't remember what it is. But I've heard a few other reviewers say that. I seen the blue bottle of Drakkar. I didn't buy it. I bought that one instead, the noir version. My dad rocked Old Spice, Drakkar and Halston. Everything old is new again. Remember that young guys don't wear. Yeah, it's a continuous cycle. Like we're going through phases, and now we're in the sweet phase of fragrances. Next we'll be back at old school stuff, them powerhouses again, and then it'll all recycle itself all over again. Clone of Millicent Imperial. Yeah, if you're talking about this Unforgivable, I think that's what they said. I've never smelled Millicent Imperial, but if it is, then it's got to be good. It smells good to me. Yeah, they are coming back, man. A lot of that old stuff that we think is out of date now is coming right back in style. Um, I bought gray flannel, and that shit was horrible, and I took it back. Um, I do have. What else she said? I just got Paul Sebastian a couple days ago. It was a cheapie. I smelled it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. Hugo Boss. I'm not really a Hugo Boss fan. I have Boss bottled, and Boss Bottled Intense, but I don't have anything else. I've seen Canoe or Cano, however you want to say it. I don't own it. And Safari, I don't own that one. Said he done bought the female version of Burberry London. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I can't talk trash because I actually bought a Burberry fragrance one time and I was rocking the shit out of it. And it was the one for women that's in the cream color box. And it was a little small bottle inside. And I was rocking the shit out of it. It smelled good as fuck, man. And then one day I realized that it was a woman's fragrance. But I kept wearing it. But I never bought it again. And actually, I think I showed it in the video that I did when I was in TJ Maxx the other day. You should have kept the gray flannel. No, the hell I shouldn't have. That shit was horrible, man. I was in the truck in Savannah with my kids. I bought it from, I think, and we had just came out of KFC from eating. And I bought that shit and sprayed it on, well, I didn't spray it on me. I sprayed it on the box inside the vehicle just to test it. And we all had to get out the truck. Like, my kids was coughing and choking. And I only sprayed 2 sprays of it. Gray flannel is horrible, bro. It's in the same category with, what is it? Versace Loan is horrible. What's the other one I bought that I took back? Damn, I can't think of the name of that shit. That Gucci Guilty Absolute, that was horrible. Black Walnut is horrible. What else? Something else by Banana Republic. Oud Mosaic was horrible. I hate them fragrances. No, I hate gray flannel. I can't even have that shit on my skin to even wait on the dry down. Fuck that. CK1 was an old school as well. People went crazy on it. Yeah, people still wear CK1 to this day. I've never owned it. But I probably will buy it though. Many women's fragrances aren't marketed as unisex, but are. Yeah, I understand. I get that a lot too. There are a lot of unisex fragrances out there that smell good. Gray flannel is about to dry down. Yeah, I can't do it. Sorry. Stop talking about gray flannel. Used to the sweet stuff and the aquatics. Gray flannel is a different thing. Yes, it is. Same with Paul Sebastian. Old Spice on steroids. Yeah. I smelled it. I wasn't mad that I bought Paul Sebastian. Joy actually talked about it, and he was the one who actually got me to buy it. I'm not finna spray this shit on my skin because I have on some other stuff, but I can tolerate this because it's not that pungent. It's not that strong. It's not that fragrance that you spray and it's gonna grab you and put you in the headlock and choke the fuck out you. This is not like that. I can rock with this. I might not get no compliments, but I can rock with the Paul Sebastian. But that gray flannel and all that other shit I just named out, y'all can keep that bullshit there. I am sorry. I can't do it. No more flannel, yeah. Tell me what doesn't joy. I mean, like, yeah, I said that the other day. Somebody else said that, unless it was you. Somebody said that, what doesn't Joy like, or some shit he said, and I was like, yeah, he likes everything. I have to watch myself when I watch his reviews, because I'll get caught up in what he's talking about, and I'll run out and find the fragrance and purchase it or something like that. Like the Boucheron, he talked about it and he said how good it was supposed to be, and I like the bottle. It looks good in my collection, but it smells like a lemon cleaner, like Pledge or some shit like that. Like one of them old fragrances that you used to smell when you used to go to church when you were younger, and you smelled them old ass ladies in there with that loud ass shit on, and they be choking the hell out you because you sitting either next to them or behind them or in front of them, and you can't breathe the whole time you in there. Like, I don't like fragrances like that. Compliments from Paul Sebastian, believe me. I remember a supermarket cashier said, I don't know what someone here is wearing, but it's getting to me. Joy's too nice. LOL, he won't say something. Sucks. Sucks balls when it does. I agree with you, John. On occasion, he will say that he don't like something that's not his favorite, but he don't rock like me. If I don't like some shit, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't like this shit. That shit is horrible. You won't worry about me purchasing it. I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. None of that shit. You see what I did with Aventus, and Aventus is a pretty good fragrance in my opinion, but it's just the price point. It's so amped up to me that I don't even like talking about it because I can't afford it. Why should I talk about it? If I can't buy it, I'm not gonna like hype it up for somebody else. Like, that's crazy. In which that's selfish, but you know, Tommy Hilfiger. I like Tommy. I'm not big on Tommy Hilfiger. I'm not a big fan of Tommy Hilfiger fragrances, but I think Joy was the one who talked about this one, and I went out and purchased this one. I don't know which one this is, but it was pretty cheap. I think it was around Christmas time I bought it, and it smells pretty good. I like it. It's okay. And y'all gonna get a lot of this from me because Joy is probably the only one that I really do follow a lot. I don't follow Big Beard Business like I used to. I'm still subscribed, but most of his videos are stuff like Black Phantom and, you know, Mensera and all that kind of stuff. And I don't really rock with them fragrances because they high. So I usually just swipe his off. Steven from Red Adolescence, I follow him. Ash from Gent Sense. Tiff. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover is okay. It's a few other people. I'm not going to keep calling out all these names, but Joy also hyped this one up. Plus, it was another guy. I can't remember his name. I'm subscribed to him too. But he talked about this Hanamori, and Joy hyped this up a little bit, and I bought it, and I like it. I've had a few reviewers say that they didn't like it, but it's nice to me. I like it. I don't rock it a lot, but I like it. I don't know, Shavathon. He could have been. He could have also been getting them bottles from dude on consignment, and he just owed them money. You know what I'm saying? So either way it goes, you know, I got that same feeling like, you know, he has some shit going on. Yeah, I get that about him too. But he's still a good dude. Shaving on the dark side. I don't even know what that is. Is that your channel or something? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. I really didn't pay it no attention. But whatever it is that Joy got going on, uh, nah, you ain't gonna have to worry about me pulling no English leather out of here. I don't wear that shit either. That's old school. I remember that back in the day. I had some before. I didn't like it. That shit is strong as hell. English leather. Anyway, it's a little past 5, and I'm actually supposed to be at work at 5, and I'm sitting here goofing off with you guys. So I'm gonna get on out of here. If I come up with something to talk about a little later, if I'm not training somebody, I'll jump back on here and we'll get back into talking again. So if you can come up with some more fragrances to throw at me, Henry, make your little list, and I'll check it twice like I'm Santa Claus. I'm out, guys. Peace.